So it looks like we have something to talk about. When I start opening up the box, it's going to be the first time that I'll see it in person, and it's going to be the first time you'll be able to see it. So I'll give you my first impressions as we're going through it. Don't be surprised about stuff that comes out of my mouth, because sometimes it surprises me. All right, I got my knife ready. Let's dive into this thing. Create a streamlined panoramic setup with full vision design, hidden pre-routed fans, and minimal visible clutter. Enjoy generous space for graphics cards up to 412mm in length and support for top-mounted 360mm radiators for flexible, high-performance builds. Dual chamber layout. Shape your system with generous side cable management space, modular storage mounting, and full support for reverse connect motherboards. Fan positions, 2 120mm at the bottom, 2 120mm on the right, 3 120mm on the top, 1 120mm rear, 2 140mm at the top. Radiators from 120 to 360mm on the top, 120mm on the rear. Air-cooled CPU coolers are limited to 172mm. Adjust the lighting of your case by choosing from a range of curated themes and customization with 2 easily accessible integrated buttons. Colors: Northern Lights, Southern Sky, Sunset, Mystic Night, Emerald Lake, Radiant Dawn, White, Slow Cycle, Freeze, Slow Cycle, Rainbow, and Off. Modes: Shift, On Static Color, Slow Chase, Slow Breathing, Off. I like the white. Again, it's matte. Pretty much they all are. So no fingerprints. So that looks nice. Plenty of space underneath here. I'm going to guess it's about 3/4 of an inch or so off the base. So the feet on the corners, they are tapered. So I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's rounded here, but they actually taper in and go up. I'm guessing maybe either airflow or just aesthetics, or maybe both. We can see right away that the motherboard tray is for all motherboard sizes, and it's also got the cutouts for the back-mounted motherboards. So that's a good thing. This is kind of cool. So you get the power supply that goes down here, or you can put it up here, it looks like. So it's got brackets that you can unscrew, and you can change the power supply from this location to this location and just move this bracket down. That's kind of cool. Got quite a few expansion slots. Looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, we've got 4. So 5, 6, 7, but this is just one big one. There's not a whole lot of stuff that comes out of the back nowadays. So why not just cover that completely up? And if you need to use it, then you can move one of these other brackets down to cover it, right? So we see the glass. It is tempered. It's flat, of course. Yeah, and it says glass. 2 pieces. I kind of like it actually that way, to tell you the truth. It's a little easier to take things apart when it's in sections. I know that curved glass thing looks really cool, but sometimes the pain in the, and you say, oh, you don't know nothing. Okay, fine, that's great with you. The back side here, got the openings. So this is for where the fans are. Got the fans on this side, and this is the access to where the power supply is going to be, either here or here. And of course your motherboard and all that other stuff. Only thing I can say right now, this is just me speaking out loud, I hope the motherboards kind of cover up all the holes, because otherwise you're going to see all the cabling. We'll put in my motherboards that I printed out. On the bottom here, this is the intake for the fans. So plenty of air to be able to pull through there. The feet, of course, like I said, they are kind of squared here, but they do taper in. Again, I don't know if that's for aesthetics, airflow, or both. The back side of the case, plenty of air to be able to come in and out of here, depending on how you're setting up the fans in the case. All depends on how you want it. You can go in and change these if you'd like. You can also add fans here. You can put a 120mm fan on the back, or you can actually put a 120mm radiator and fan in the back if you need so. The back of the case, there's here and also over here, there's 2 places to put a screw in. Why do you ask? Well, you want to put the screws in to secure the side panels. So if you decide, hey, I'm going to go to a LAN party, or you don't want anybody to get into your stuff, you can add 2 screws and all secure. So this is the top, and this is where, of course, you can mount your radiators and your fans. So you can do up to a 360mm radiator on the top. You can do 3 120mm fans, or you can do 2 140mm fans. Pretty much though, that from what I can see is going to be the only place you're going to be able to put one. 90% of the time, that's where everybody puts it at anyway. So why not just go in that direction anyway? I don't see a big deal with that, truthfully. In the bag comes the filter for the top. So it goes right on top. It is magnetic. As you can see, there is no foam or anything else. It is just the metal screening itself. These holes are like really super tight with each other. That would stop a lot of stuff with that. Again, it's magnetic and it just goes on, pops into place like that. It's actually really good. I like that it matches. It matches the coloring really good. So what we got here for our interface is that we've got one USB Type A, one USB Type C, and we got one audio jack that is a mic audio combo. Also right up here, I mean, they did such a great job matching the colors. There's two little buttons or switches up here. This gets for the onboard RGB controller. So you get 5 different modes, and you get, I think it's 11 different colors that you can choose from. So you don't have to install any software if you don't want to. I'm okay with that. I think what we're going to do now is jump inside and take a closer look at the Fractal POP 2 Vision. There's a little notch back here. We can pop off the side panel. Boy, that was that was almost too easy. I'm literally a little bit of pressure. That's actually nice. I don't know about you guys, but there's been some that I struggled. I swear they must have welded those things on there. This is a nice relief. That was really easy to take off. It is steel. We can look on the back side here. I'm gonna have to kind of tilt a little bit so I can see it. So kind of nice. There's been a couple cases where I've jumped into that. Wow, it looked like shit. So the cabling is all through here. It's already kind of pre-routed to where it needs to go. Fans are already pre-hooked up. That's really nice. I mean, hell, everything's hooked up onto it. Even the RGB is already pre-installed. So as we can see, the fans are on this side. It is set at a small angle. I'm gonna say it's probably at a 10, 15 degree angle from the back side of the case, which is nice. Kind of helps direct that air in a certain direction. Big open spaces that we've got, of course. So like I said, you can put the power supply here, and you can also put the power supply up in this position. I do have a Fractal power supply. I will be putting it in here to show you guys. So how it's gonna look like when it goes in there. I kind of like the idea that you can put it in 2 different spots depending on the layout or what maybe you want to do or how you want to set it up. This mount here is for your storage. So you're able to put 3 2.5 drives. So it'd be like 1, 2, 3. And then on the other side, you put 1 3.5. Let's say you're only be using an M.2. Okay, and you don't want this in there, take it out. So on the front glass part, we've got a little notch here that you can see. And I'm hoping that this comes out as easy as the other panel did, but we will find out. Oh yeah, nice snap, but easy enough for it to pop out. That's great. So it does use, I call them the little mushroom head pins, and it's got some lineup pins in there. It is, as you can see, attached to the bottom with some little tabs, and you can pull those right out. Let's take out the front piece of glass, and there is a tab here, and I have no idea what it's supposed to do. I have not a clue, because if I just push on it here, it comes right out. It's set up the same way. It's got the tabs on the bottom. It's got that strap that's hooked to this with an indentation. I would have figured that that strap would have been at the top, so you can pull it that way. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. So what we got down here is where the fans are at, as we can see. I'll tilt it just a little bit so you can kind of see here. This is steel, so the whole case is steel. I have not come across anything that's plastic except for, well, the fans, okay? So everything is steel. Now here's the crazy part. So far, everything that you've seen, right? The glass, the front, the sides, the steel, the way the looks are, I mean, this is really nice. It's curved in, right on the edges of the fan, perfect, everything. This is only supposed to retail for $99.99 USD. But everything I see so far, that's a pretty sweet point. I believe the black Non-RGB one is $89.99. There is a filter for the bottom of the case, just hard to find. So if you have the side panel on, you don't even see it. Well, even with the side panel off, you don't even really see it because it is right here. Pull it out, same thing, it's metal, really great, and it goes right back in and looks really cool. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to throw some of my 3D printed motherboards in case you haven't seen these, or if you should go check the video that I did about all this stuff. I printed up some motherboards of the sizes and made them real colorful so I can put them in there really quick to see how it looks on the inside with some of these motherboards. As we can see, the representation is pretty good. So, you know, unfortunately, it's kind of a white motherboard, but it's a different color white inside of a white case. So we can see how that one fits in there. Looks pretty good, right? I see that there's gaps. So you've got a gap here, gaps in the bottom. So the gap in the bottom is just going to be there because it's kind of natural. But what's kind of neat is that, and I'll get a better close-up of that, is that where it's cut out here, it's curved. So it's more at an angle, and it's actually got a rounded edge on the front. So easier to get the cables through, looks much cleaner, no cut fingers. I don't know about you, but with my fingers in and out of cases all the time, and if they don't round over the edges or something's wrong, sometimes I'll go around and I'll go, I'm bleeding. Where'd this come from? So if I say that, yeah, I put my blood, sweat, and tears into these reviews, sometimes it's literal. If you had a back mounting motherboard for the pinouts and stuff, then this is probably why this is here. Same thing on the top. Because here, at the very top, as you can see, there are plenty of holes to run your cables through. Okay, so here's our next motherboard. This is the micro. Yeah, I know, it's kind of weird. Like, this is the mini, and this is the micro. I don't think they call them micros anymore. I think it's just an M-ATX because it really kind of doesn't make sense. We can see that this one looks really good in here as well. Lots of space to run the cabling. Again, it would have been kind of nice to get some kind of optional grommets or something in here to cover this space up. Got a lot of space. Hey, maybe that's what you like. I need a lot of room for all my stuff that I'm going to be running through there. So if you saw my video about all the stuff that I made for my case reviews, thank you very much. If not, you should go check it out. What I've done is I put back the ATX motherboard, and I've also put a GPU inside. So I made this tool to see how much size of a GPU to actually put into a case. So here we've got it set up. This is about the average size of an average card. Now, if you got one of those big behemoth kind of cards, we've got a way of checking those. I can actually check it. The cool thing is that I can actually extend this out, and it'll tell me exactly how much space that we have. They say we can put a 412 millimeter graphics card in this. So let's see if they're telling the truth or not. So I can slide this all the way out until it's going to hit. Then it hits right there. My little device here is with plus or minus probably a few millimeters. So I will tell you what it says. I don't know if you can see it, but I did mark it on the side. My markings say 410, and it's actually against the case. So I would say that they are absolutely right. To me, that's a little tight. So I made up these blocks that I put on the side of the graphics card and also on the bottom. So we can put this one. This would be almost the biggest size available now. So height-wise or thickness, depends on how you want to say it. People say different things for different stuff. Plenty of room, plenty of space we got here going. I added this to make the card wider. Don't know. As you can see, it does stick out. It does make this 160 millimeters. So if your total GPU is 160, plus you're going to have the cable sticking out of the side, it's going to be tough. Just saying that right up front. It's going to be close. Again, This is something that I've designed up, kind of make it so plus or minus, good or bad. It's going to be a little close because I tried to make it as close as possible to an actual real assembly. If it's a 150 millimeter card, let's take the side panel off, because of course I have a 150 millimeter one that I can put on there. So 150. We'll take another quick look. Way better. Yeah, we can see a whole lot of better room there. So I would feel more comfortable if your card was 140, 150 millimeters wide. Plus you're going to have the cabling. And the cabling, of course, is going to kind of go out to the side. Or if you have a different type of extension cable that maybe brings it down, I would probably look at that. Next thing we're going to have to do is put a system in it. This is my final thoughts on the Fractal POP 2 Vision. So, wire management. Minimal, but plenty, if that makes kind of sense. There's enough there to do whatever you want to do. You're just going to have to be really smart about it, okay? If you don't mind some of the wires showing or coming through, not a big deal. If you're one of those super, like, really detailed freaks, then you're probably going to have to do some management. Front-wise, you can see there's very little wire showing. But make sure that you only use the wires that you need, okay? Plan it out, figure out what you need, eliminate all the other wires that you don't need. Plain and simple, that's how you get the cleanest looks. Price to style and building. I would give it an 8, maybe an 8 plus. Okay, I'm kind of on the fence about that, but I think it's got a solid 8 into it. I think it's kind of almost a premium look, but for a very reasonable price, for what, $100 for this one, $100 for the black one, and then $89.99 for the black non-RGB. No brainer. So what do you think of the Fractal 2 POP Vision? I'd like to hear your comments. Please put some down below. And if you could, give me a like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And remember this, keep building, keep modding, and I'll see you in the next video.